This is Chelsea, giving you practical tips for pup clips. Coming up, this gorgeous poodle Chloe and I will be showing you the trademarks of the poodle cut. A clean face, feet, and a poodle top knot. I'll first show you a speed version of her shave down. I'm going to use the number 3 blade, which is 1/2 inch length all over. On a poodle, you don't want to go very far up the neck. You want to start a little bit lower. You can always blend that in, but you can't put it back on once you take it off. Miniature poodles do have a tendency to have luxating patellas, so you're going to be careful when you're working on that back end.
Every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh.
Gonna copy and paste what I just did on that side on this side. Here is her clean face. I'm using a number 10 blade in reverse or against the grain of the hair. Start out by making a straight cut between her ear and her outer eye corner. Don't go higher up than that eye corner. You want to leave some hair there for your top knot. And then your lowest point will be just under the jawline. We'll come back and scissor that up later, but for now, carefully skim that blade flat against the face, getting around the eye and down the bridge of the nose. It is important to keep a firm enough grip that they don't move on you, but not so firm you close off their nostrils. They don't care for that. Then move down to the lips. Under the chin, you'll cut a V shape into the throat and then blend that up into the under the ear section. We're gonna copy and paste all that on the other side.
Glowing in your eyes when I'm not aware. You left a scar. I fall into your lies all again. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Let me feel it again. Let me feel it. Fall into you.
Be careful on the lips, make sure you pull them tight. Just make sure you have a firm enough grip that they can't poke their tongue out and get that in the blade.
I found the rain dripping down your eyes when I'm not around.
For clean feet, I keep my 10 blade on and reverse up to where the pattern was already set. Depending on the size of the dog's foot, you're going to set the pattern for the clean foot about a 1/2 inch to maybe an inch just past the highest toe knuckle. There's an easier way to set it in from the back that I'll show you later. But if the pattern's already set, then easy enough, just go where you've already seen the short hair set from last time.
Fall into you.
Just by the way, I am using my clipper back for all of this. I am not getting paid by Clipperback to say this, I promise, but I totally think they are worth the investment. It just saves so much time, it makes the grooming safer and easier. It lifts up that hair, so places like this, it scoops it up out of those cracks, and like you see here, I do not have to use nearly as much cool lube because it keeps your blade cool, so there's just so many reasons why it's amazing. Here's my Buttercut 30 coming in to finish the clean feet up. Another way to set in a poodle clean foot is to start with the back of the foot first and begin the line just over the top of the big paw pad that you see here. Then take that line all the way around the foot. We'll come back and straighten up that line later. With the 30, you want to be careful not to dig into the webbing of the feet. Basically set your blade flush with the skin and try to stay parallel with it as you slowly brush it over the whole foot and in between the toes. Go ahead and get the paw pads and everything good and cleaned up. Chloe here is really well behaved and used to this, so she lets me get it done really well. Some dogs end up needing a lot of training to get this good for this, or a lot of TLC. She used to not care for it as much, but after many years of lots of TLC, she's become very good for it, as you can see. For those that you can't do as much with the clippers because they're too scared, just clean up with your scissors the best you can. Some pups will just simply never stand for this, unfortunately. For those dogs that have a terrible experience, they just never improve. It's becoming more and more dramatic and difficult to do every single time, or even getting skin irritation from being shaved. For those pups, you can recommend doing the teddy bear look instead of the clean feet. The teddy bear look is a cute fluffy look instead of this, and a lot of people go for it. I actually do have another miniature poodle that I groomed that gets the teddy bear look. I had one poodle I used to groom that got booties instead of clean feet, and they were super cute. I miss her.
I need a second to take a breath to keep me guessing with what you said. You're in my head. We're under pressure, we're sinking deep like stormy weather. Can't seem to breathe when you're with me. If you're gonna break me, I know I won't stay.
Now that those clean feet are all done, I'm going on to her head. Her ears are always left long, so after a good brush and comb, I simply neaten the couple straggles that look uneven and leave it at that. I'm also going to trim up along that neckline with my scissors. For the top knot, I'm going to fluff the hair out with my comb and trim the hair in a rounded shape over the entire head. I get close over the eyes, as always, since nobody wants hair in their eyes. And on that line I set in before that went from her ear to her eye corner, I'm going to trim that close too with my scissors. And on the top up here, I'll continue that same line all the way to the back of her head. I'm going to round the back as well. Everything gets rounded on a poodle head. We don't want a mushroom head and we don't want a cone head. We want a perfect, nice, round bubble. I'm going to continuously be looking at the front of her head and at the side of her head, making sure that nothing looks boxy, nothing looks rectangular. Round, round, round. Think round. I'm just tipping the ends, going here and there at a time. You don't want to be digging your scissors in, just trimming the ends as you go. That way you don't have chops or chunks to fix later. Copy and paste all that on the other side of the head too.
When you dream, do you see beautiful rays of light shimmering, guiding you through the night? I know it feels like the night's getting longer and light is harder to find. I promise I'll always be there, I'll remind you when you close your eyes. If they send for me tomorrow, even if I leave right now, you'll find comfort there in knowing whenever in doubt, you can find me when the lights turn out. When the lights turn out.
Watching someone use chunkers on top of a poodle head is actually what sold me on them. I thought, okay, I've got to try those. They are actually an amazing tool for this. It helps get a lot of that hair off the top without digging in too far and makes it a nice smooth look so you're not getting chop marks that scissors can sometimes make. Totally worth it. I switched to chunkers, never use my thinning shears again. If you can't afford to get chunkers right now and all you have is thinning shears, you can use those in place of my chunkers anytime you see me using them. I basically think that thinning shears are just going to require more snips. I'm just going to keep stepping back, keep eyeballing it from the front, eyeballing it from the side. That's all you can really do is just keep looking at it. A cheat I sometimes use to make this easier is to use an 1.5 inch or 1.25 inch clip comb on top. And I'll run that over her top knot forwards and backwards. However, the look you get with hand scissor work is usually much better and also ages better than a clip comb top knot. I'm not sure why, but I think the reason is because you don't want the top knot all one length. You want a smooth transition from short where those lines are set in to the longer on top. Doing a clip comb is okay. It's just going to give you a generally flatter looking top knot. So be cautious if you decide to try it. Always go for a longer comb first. Oh, and remember, this tip is only for minis and toys, not standard poodles. I would not use a clip comb on their head unless you were going for a specifically short top knot, which I have done. gonna finish up by trimming those straight lines across the clean feet. You can make the tail of a poodle very fluffy like this, or you can do a smaller palm ball. I just personally think the bigger tail balances her nice long graceful ears out better. I'm gonna make sure I trim it from both sides, so I'll go around the other side and do it on that one too. I'm trimming straight down these legs. Remember, when we trim legs, we normally trim the 4 points, the inside, outside, front, and back. But because I used a 3-blade on her, there just isn't that much of this to do. So just gonna neaten a few little bumps and lumps there, make it nice and straight and even.
Walking slowly in the mountains underneath the constellations. Yeah, I know that you've been waiting for me. Time is losing all its meaning, like I'm living in a dream, and I've been chasing all the feelings I need. It's in these moments with words unspoken.
I'm gonna make sure I trim her tail from both sides, going from short at the base and shorter tip to blending the in-between length, but keeping most of it. I started making this video a couple grooms ago. The most recent time I got to groom her was in December of 2025. And then a month later, she went across the Rainbow Bridge. My poor Clo. She was such a good girl. I really miss her. This is one thing that's really hard about grooming the same dogs and getting so attached to your dogs and your clients is they become your family too. It's hard. It's hard to lose them. I've been grooming 15 years now, and Chloe is one of my earliest clients. I groomed her back at the corporate job. Then they followed me when I went to a private shop, and again when I started my groom shop from home. What better clients can you ask for? She was 13, and as you can see, a perfect girl till the end. She's sweetie! And that's right where you want to be, right? Yeah. Good girl. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for watching. May your grooming be blessed.
It's in these moments.